Now we are up. Hey, friends. False start there. How are you guys? It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's the middle of the week. And it is freaking hot outside. I mean, it feels. We all know that summer likes to hang on here in Georgia, but we got a little nice break from that heat last week, and it is right back again. I'm Ella Dorsey. You guys already knew that. This is weather where you are. We're talking about a major heat wave. How long will it last? There is major relief in the 7-day forecast. That is the good news, but certainly doesn't feel like it outside right now. I want to start you off with the last 7 days because this time last week we were getting a real nice break from the heat, mid 80s, okay? But you could see in the last couple days, we've started to see that heat build back. Yesterday, we hit 94. Today and tomorrow, we're talking near record heat. The record for today is 99. So that just gives you some perspective for how hot it's gonna be. It already is hot outside. In fact, these are your current temperatures. Right now, it is already 90 degrees. What time is it? 11:32. 90 degrees in Athens already, 89 in LaGrange, 87 in Atlanta, 89 in Covington. So it's hot, not even in the city center, but outside the city center. And then you add the dew point. So we had this really kind of dry air, low humidity last week. That tropical moisture is right back. The dew point's sitting at 70. Look at the dew point in Eatonton. Oh my God, it's 79. That's like can't breathe outside. So humid. And here's the impact. It feels like 96 in Athens right now. 105 is what it feels like in Milledgeville. Yikes. It's not even noon. Feels like 92 here in Atlanta. And this is heat that we're not the only ones that are dealing with this. Hundreds of millions of Americans are seeing this heat across the eastern United States. Check out these highs today. 96 in Charlotte, 100 in D.C., 101 in Nashville. 96 in Jackson. 95 in Lincoln, Nebraska. So this heat is from the Midwest all the way through the Atlantic coastline as far north as Cincinnati. Crazy. It's all due to a big high pressure system, which is going to start to break down as we head into the weekend. That's the good news. But it's sitting right over us here in Georgia right now, and that's going to keep us dry today. So unfortunately, we're not going to get much needed rain. We're talking mid-90s through the afternoon. The kids need to be taking breaks. I know that there's football back after school sports. It's too hot for them to be running around vigorously outside after school. So please take that into account if you have kiddos. Your high temperature is 93 to 96 degrees today. Same thing tomorrow. It's just as humid. It's just as hot. The only difference with tomorrow is we'll see slightly more cloud cover. It's going to be slightly more humid. And that increase of moisture is going to bring us just a small chance for a few thunderstorms. Now, I want to talk about the dew point, which is the humidity. It's going to stay really high all the way through Labor Day weekend. You can see the dew point range is going to be somewhere between humid and very humid. So it's Labor Day. I know it's the end of summer, but that summer-like heat and humidity will be with us through the end of the weekend. Here's the high pressure system I'm talking about that's going to bring us the really dry weather today. Essentially little to no rain across the southeast. But tomorrow, we do see some changes. That high starts to break down a little bit. That allows some moisture to work its way into low levels of the atmosphere. So we'll see isolated thunderstorms tomorrow. You're going to want to see this rain, guys, because it's going to help cut the heat. If you don't see any rain, you're looking at upper 90s again. And it looks like the same thing on Friday. We'll see isolated thunderstorms, about a 30% chance of rain through the end of the weekend. But you can see the rainfall totals are minimal, okay? As we head into the weekend, we're only looking at a few isolated storms each day. So your plants, you still got to water them, okay? Highest chance for widespread rain will be Sunday into Monday. That's only a 40%. And like I said, we're at a pretty big deficit on the month. We had a very dry June. Then we had the fourth wettest July on record. We got over 14 inches of rain. So that really helped us out of the drought. But now we're at a 3-inch deficit on the month of August. And September and October, guys, are usually pretty dry months for us. So we really desperately need some rain here, okay? Here's your Labor Day forecast. Certainly not a washout. About a 30-40% chance of rain each day. But as that high pressure breaks down, we are going to see the heat also break down. So the weekend will start really hot, 93 degrees. But it will get consecutively a little less hot outside by Labor Day Monday. We're back into the upper 80s. Thank goodness. We'll hang on to about a 30-40% chance of storms throughout the weekend. After those storms move out, guys, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Next week, the Northeast is going to get its first real fall cold front. Pretty early in the season. I mean, this is pretty normal for the Northeast, but it's not normal that we tap into that cool air. But it looks like we are going to tap into some of that cool air next week. So we're going to see a major break from the heat. In fact, I think right beyond Labor Day weekend, we will see a major cool off. I'm going with a high of 83 degrees next Tuesday, and I'm seeing the potential for some highs in the upper 70s, low 80s. In terms of rainfall next week, there's a lot of uncertainty with this forecast. One model wants to keep us dry. The other, I mean, they're flip-flopping too, wants to bring a lot of rain in. So hope there's the potential for very heavy rain next week. Let's cross our fingers we can get in on some of that, okay? And I just want to say, really from here on out, but especially the second half of September and October, the rainfall that we get has a major impact on what the leaf color looks like as we head into November. Like last year, we had a really dry September and a pretty dry October, and the leaves like changed and fell off the trees in like a week. If we can get good rainfall, like usually when we see a tropical like system, like the remnants of a hurricane move through here in September and October, that actually really helps out with our leaf color because it drops a lot of rain and the leaves soak that in. We pretty much, if we're going to end August on this kind of dry note, we need some good rain in September and October, or I can go ahead and tell you the leaf color is going to suffer, okay? So I'm crossing my fingers for some heavy rain next week because when the leaves change, it's just so freaking gorgeous, okay? All right, guys, here is your 7-day forecast. Looking a lot better in terms of the heat by this time next week. Today, tomorrow, really hot, really humid. It's still going to be hot and humid on Friday. We'll start to see that heat break down a little Saturday. By Sunday, it'll feel better outside. In terms of your storm chances, there's, again, a lot of uncertainty with the forecast Monday into next week. Monday could end up being really dry Labor Day. So if you do have outdoor plans, don't cancel them yet. Check back in for updates because we're really going to be able to nail down the weekend forecast here. Probably by tomorrow, certainly by Friday. And I can tell you, if anything changes, the rain chances might drop a little bit as we head through the weekend. All right, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Atlanta News First, 6 a.m., 7 and 8 on Peachtree TV, and 9 a.m. on Atlanta News First. Stay cool.